Welcome to the Rustic Garden Homestead. Let's just jump right into it. This year I grew a lot of marigolds and I put them into my garden. These are French marigolds and dill. You can see the dill in there to repel specifically whiteflies. French marigolds and dill do a good job at repelling insects. Now, it's not a surefire thing that the insects are going to stay away from your garden. That's something I don't believe in. You can't just plant something and you don't get pests. But the whole goal is to manage down the damage from pests and disease. And in this case, the whiteflies devastate my brassicas, my kales, my collards, and it just becomes a ridiculous battle of really with tons of spraying, and it's no fun. So this kale went in, I don't know, a good 6 weeks ago, in the beginning of May. Put in the marigolds when they were much smaller. Started these all by seed. It's real easy to do. The kale was sprayed one time because they were outside growing as transplants, just to spray the undersides in case there were any eggs or insects or anything like that. And then everything was planted and they've been left alone. I haven't harvested this, haven't sprayed it with anything. I'm just letting everything grow. We've got the French marigolds mixed in. Here's the dill right here. And the whole goal was to have smaller marigolds under the plants, bigger marigolds growing around it, dill growing through there. Now, when we turn this over, you can see some whiteflies. Nothing on there. One up there. Some more over there. They're starting to get out of control. And I would call this somewhat of a success. Reason being is if I didn't have all this in here and these were just left alone, when I hit this plant, there would be hundreds of whiteflies flying around. That's what happens every year. I wanted to let these grow. If I was harvesting these regularly, taking the leaves, I would have a lot less whitefly pressure than you saw right there. Now, not perfect. Goal wasn't to eliminate whiteflies. The goal was to eliminate the amount that I needed to spray to manage these. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna harvest everything. That will be taking some of the whiteflies out of the mix, rinse the leaves, wash the leaves, use them in my salads, etc. But I will continue to take care of the plants using the marigolds as a way to just greatly reduce the damage that comes to them. Now, you decide if it's a success or not. We're gonna go over to my collards and another group of kale plants. Here's another group. Also, what you want to notice, and these were set up the same way, they were put in as transplants. There's not a lot of holes in them. The green cabbage looper is not devastating the plants. I see maybe a couple of holes. These typically would be just shredded by that white butterfly that comes, lays the eggs of the green worm, cabbage worm, whatever you want to call it, on them, and they just devastate it. I'm not spraying these guys, and they look pretty healthy. This is a version of dwarf kale. So I want to get in again and check the undersides. I mean, typically, I would have whiteflies all over my collards. I don't see any on there. Let's check these out, because you want to assess, is it worth, there maybe is one whitefly right there, is it worth doing all this with the marigolds? And I think that it is. So now we'll come over to the kale. There's some whiteflies right there. Nothing on that leaf. Nothing on that leaf. Maybe one right there. And again, I haven't been harvesting any of these leaves. Nothing on there. One patch down there. So I think the reduction, nothing even under there. I mean, typically when I would pick this up, you would just see dozens of whiteflies flying around. So I think that it's helping. It's reducing the population, definitely for whatever reasons, keeping that white butterfly away. And I think it's worth it. It looks good, you know. Companion planting is something that you hear so much on the internet. A lot of it, in my opinion, is not true. In this case, I think the French marigolds, you want the French marigolds that smell strong, do make a difference, along with dill mixed in there. The whitefly population is much less on my kale and my collards compared to how it's been for years. And I think the marigolds are going to make this a much better experience. I'm going to have to do a lot less spraying and labor to take care of the plants. Just wanted to give you an update on what the marigolds were doing, how they're impacting the plants. And, you know, not perfect, but in my opinion, based on last year, this is a great reduction in the whitefly population with no spraying at all. Everything from this group has been harvested out, and it is a huge harvest. You know, again, a couple of patches of whiteflies right in there. Other leaves look pretty good, but when I shake this, last year, there would be so many whiteflies, it was ridiculous. There'd be a lot of yellow leaves that have been kind of sucked dry from the whiteflies. And you can see, I mean, things look pretty good in there. The purple kale was a new variety, and there are certainly more whiteflies in there. Some of the leaves are starting to get beat up, and when you get in there, you see more of them. Some of the things that I'll be making an assessment on too is what crop am I going to intermingle with them. And you know, maybe this variety tends to get more whiteflies. And then when I spin around, not too far away, those crops are doing pretty good with minimal whitefly damage. And they're close enough together that, you know, this isn't anything special. I mean, if the whiteflies are over here with this level, they should be over there on the other plants, but they seem to be doing okay. Again, maybe this variety is a preferred stop for the whiteflies. So unless you get whiteflies and they devastate your garden, you might not be able to appreciate, you know, why I was so happy even with the purple kale with the amount of whiteflies that were on there. The collards are just beautiful, you know, pearly looking green, a couple of holes out of everything there that I harvested. Only these leaves look a little bit yellow and beat up, and that's from something else. I mean, just take a look. No damage, beautiful. I'm not having to spray at all, except for that initial spray when I planted them. I don't have to spray these, and I don't want to be eating organic sprays or chemical sprays or any kind of sprays really, especially on my leafy greens. Just a tip, if the infestation was bad, I would harvest everything and then I would go and spray my plants. And this way, I've taken what I want for a good week or so of eating greens, and then the chemicals can do what they do. They'll be off the plant, organic or otherwise. Like, I just don't want to be eating them. But I am really happy with this harvest and what the marigolds and the dill are doing to help lower the amount, you know, manage down the damage from the whiteflies. Just a quick tip, to manage pests in your disease, you want to make sure you're not overgrowing. That's a lot of kale and collards for just me and my wife. By being able to harvest it regularly, but still get enough, you know, for our needs, but by taking the leaves, you're really reducing the opportunity for the whiteflies to come and set up shop. If I was growing, you know, 12 kale plants and 4 collard greens, I love watching stuff grow, but I'm never going to eat it quick enough. So I'm just creating all this housing and buffet for the whiteflies and other insects. So try and match the amount you're growing to what you want to bring into the house so that you're really harvesting regularly and you're taking leaves and you're using the production in your garden. That greatly reduces pest diseases, or greatly reduces pests and diseases from taking your plants. Thanks so much for watching. Please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com. Sell tomato and pepper seeds, $1.75 a pack. All other seeds are only $1.50. Marigolds also bring in, as does dill, you can see that I have it throughout my garden, really brings in pollinators. The bees love it. Good insects really enjoy it. I have marigolds planted in among my butternut squash to keep the vine borer away. Marigolds under my tomato plants. And I've just incorporated them into different parts of the garden. If it wasn't the evening, these would be covered in insects right now. But I highly recommend adding the marigolds throughout your garden. You know, if they're not going to help you maybe with keeping different pests away that you want, they're certainly going to bring in the pollinators, and they really kind of beautify the garden. Love the color. Thanks again for watching.